Hi everyone, welcome to another DLTV on the Fringe podcast hangout from Digicon 2016. We're joined with two lovely guests here today, Kate and John, and our topic is all about anyone in the classroom can code. So any classroom can code. So John is actually hanging out in our Makerspace Fringe Festival area.
Whatever it is, yes.
Playing with lots of cool toys. And Kate has actually just had a Spark talk all about coding in the primary school and 12 great ideas for making that accessible. So Kate, do you want to share maybe a couple of your favorite, and we'll include the link to her presentation in this video, under this video as well. But Kate, are there a couple of highlights you'd like to share about the creative ways coding fits into the primary classroom?
Yeah, one of my favorite ways was the students' idea. Best ideas are always from the students, and they were doing Readers Theatre, the play James and the Giant Peach, and a group of students decided that they would code the background, so it would be an animated background that could go on the interactive whiteboard. They coded it in hopscotch. So, for example, they'd have the peach rolling down the hill and squashing the animals and rolling through the fields on the way. So that was grade 3s, and they coded that in hopscotch. Another one of my favorite examples is just a really simple one where students could use it as a maths warm-up, so maybe just 10 minutes at the start of some maths lessons, maybe the hour of code, working through some modules, either as a whole class or individually. I like that one because the teacher can just step through it without too much knowledge of coding.
So coding does sound pretty scary. You've said you don't really need too much. If I'm a primary school teacher who's never coded before, that's not true. I have coded before. I have knitted.
You've coded.
I have knitted.
You've dealt with code. Have you made food?
I have made food.
You've dealt with code.
Is this in everyday life? We don't need to be scared. Is that what you're saying?
No. We can be intimidated by the terminology and everything else, that sort of stuff, and feel inadequate because we don't realise what we've done before.
But that
what we bring
is really a sense of I'm about to learn something new, isn't it? So it's okay. We need to embrace that.
We do, but we also have to look beyond just what's written on the screen or on the piece of paper or that sort of stuff, and take a step back and say, what's the problem there? Is there a problem? If there's not a problem, then what are we doing? We're doing grammar, we're doing mathematics, we're doing whatever, procedural writing, yada, yada. We're doing all those sorts of things. But if there's a problem, and if we're trying to work our way through the problem to an elegant solution, not necessarily the best, not necessarily the quickest, but an elegant solution, that someone else can build on because our solution is never the answer. Then we're doing coding, and that can be as simple as, well, how on earth can I avoid the fact that there's a big hole there and a not quite so big hole in my knitting, or how can I avoid?
So you don't even need a computer to do coding.
So John, I'm hearing the teachers now using the words computational thinking and algorithmics in the way that they're teaching the lesson. What are we talking about here?
Take whatever you had on the start and just go to the end and go thinking. It's thinking.
And I think the other thing is that you're surrounded by experts as a teacher. They just happen to be students, not other teachers. So in your class, you're bound to have students that are experts in coding, and you just have to trust them and let them help you.
It was exciting, Kate, to hear in your session this morning that some teachers who may feel intimidated by learning something new have maybe changed the way that they're teaching, that they can. Could you explain?
So we were talking about it goes back to the teacher just being a good teacher at the end of the day. So if they're a good teacher, they will let their students explore whatever it might be. So it might be coding, and they will give the power over to the students. And then other teachers that may be a little bit too scared to let that control go is when there is that sort of block to new things, whatever it might be. So especially with something new like coding.
So it's when we have to be the expert that often holds us back.
So often being the expert that can get in the way of good learning.
It's a bit of show and tell because we've got some toys here. Maybe we could show some of the viewers here.
So Kate, what have you got?
So I have the Sphero, which is one of my favorite. It's a little robot that you can program.
Show my face, Roland. Got to see the face.
Basically move around the floor. So it's fantastic. Obvious ones would be links to angles and 2D shape. You could also use it for mazes and races and time trials, and I've even seen people use it for art, although I'm not convinced on that one.
I actually may have
Kathy loves it.
recently taken some spheros and paint and boxes to
Have
my
you?
daughter's childcare. You put it in the paint and it draws a
We
beautiful
finished.
painting.
Yeah.
We had a
It was
Sphero
crazy
race
random
with a
fun.
giant cardboard course that the students had made as part of our Smart City project,
Yeah.
and that was fun.
Yeah, I'm going to try that.
Put them in water.
Yeah. Bubble bath. No.
Put it in water,
Yeah.
and then see what happens. And then think about it, and think about it in terms of, okay, I've got to move it in the water, because it will float and it will move, but then can we make it move faster and slower? Okay, there's a whole lot of things to do with inertia and all manner of other bits and pieces. And then you look at lights, and then you turn the lights out in the room, and you've just got the light of the Sphero.
And the effect on the water.
Yeah, and the effect on the water,
Science.
and then you put 2 or 3 in there and have them all running together. And if you've got a big enough pool, you've got this water aerobics thing with this music in the back, music in the background, and everything else, that sort of stuff. Yeah. Oh, and then putting something around it so that it actually would drag something through the water, or making chariots to fit around the darn thing and that sort of stuff.
Synchronized swimming. Okay. You've also got a bebop there?
Yes, so this is a bebot, so perfect for kindergarten up to even grade 4, where students can program the bebot using
That's
the...
a green button.
This
Roland.
is an old one where you have to use the buttons on the top. The new
Oh, it's
ones
not
you
turned
can
on the
actually
bottom.
use an app.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, there we are. And John, you've got a couple of toys there.
Oh,
What, a bit of everything?
Thank you.
from
bit of
the,
everything. Yeah.
Making
Now, Kate,
area?
is that okay? So you program this one on an external device, or you? Is it,
This one's an old one. You have
can
to
press
press the
the
buttons,
buttons.
but on the new ones you can use an external one.
So
Okay.
you can go forward,
Thank you.
left, back, etc. That's cool.
That's about as basic as you can get, and I yet haven't made it work. It's called Aerobot. Okay, no wheels, no anything like that. It just got a little bit of nylon on the bottom,
What is it?
and you
do?
plug it in and everything, and it comes and you make it up like that.
so that just sits there.
It just